Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Last week I was listening to the Sohbet when Shaykh was speaking about the importance of following Mazhab. My question is, can anyone change the Mazhab for his own benefits, or is it from the ego to think like that?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is not a good thing to just change your mazhab. Not such a good thing that it's acceptable to change your mazhab just like that. Whether you change or you don't change, first man has to have a reason. What is your reason for changing? The reason why they say it is not good to just change your mazhab like this and like that is they have reasons to. Now their reasons are more important, are bigger, and more acceptable than our small reasons to change a mazhab. Why do we want to change a mazhab? So many people, they're changing the mazhab because they want to take something which is lighter. They don't want to take something which is heavier. Who is it who chose a mazhab for us? What is a mazhab and where is it based on? What is the reason? For example, in the Prophet's time, as our Shaykh had said, every Sahabi is a mazhab. Every Sahabi, every companion is a way. Because every companion, Prophet has taught the way, given them individual knowledge also on how to observe himself in order to worship Allah. So that Sahabi would bring the way that he has learned from the Prophet to his own individual people, tribe. And in time, it got lesser because there are some ways that are less and some ways that are more. For example, out of 124,000 prophets, 124,000 Sahabis, companions, there are only 4 that are chosen to be Khalifas. There are stations, there are levels of Sahabi. Not everyone is the same. There's a Noah above every Noah. So different Sahabis, they would have different secrets that are given to them. And some, they have more power, so they're able to exert their knowledge and their way to be more than others. For example, Hazrati Umar. Although different Sahabis, they see the Prophet do differently. Some they're saying the Prophet's praying like this, some they say it's like this, some saying it like this. But he laid down the law now. He says, no, from now on it has to be like this and like this and like this. Is he just saying it like that? No, he's basing it on the very high level of knowledge and secrets that he received from the Prophet and authority as the Khalifa. After that, the time of the Sahabis and the time of the Tabi'ins, there are hundreds of mazhabs. But the mazhabs, like I said, it involves power and necessity. Not just something that is knowledgeable, that is good, but it has to have power and it has to be necessary. From the hundreds of mazhabs that came, then some mazhabs are more powerful, some ways are more powerful, some ways are more informed, some ways it involves more people and more things, and some they have more permission to do. We have different mazhabs, but what makes, for example, the mazhab of Imam Abu Hanifa to be the highest mazhab? Number one, the title was already given to him. His level of knowledge compared to the other mazhab imams is highest. And the Ottoman Khalifa especially took from that and said, now it fits now for Muslims ruling from the West, from the Balkans, all the way to China, all the way to North Africa, everywhere. Now in that whole region especially, The mazhab of Imam Abu Hanifa, it answers so many things. And people can take it, and it is flexible, and it is, how you say, it is relevant until the end of time. So that mazhab became very powerful. So, why does a person now, if he wants to change the mazhab? That mazhab was chosen for us by the ones who have the highest level knowledge and the ones who are closest to Allah. They've chosen that for us, and it is good for us until Akhir Zaman. Those ones who just want to change into a mazhab, like this or like that, for what reason is he doing it? Does he know his own mazhab properly? The reason is very important. I was born, for example, in the Shafi'i mazhab. And that is the mazhab of, let's say, Southeast Asia, certain other parts of the world. It's a very big mazhab. Even Syria, certain parts, even Egypt, the Shafi'i mazhab. And there are certain things that are very strict about the Shafi'i mazhab. But now I'm following a Shaykh. The reason I'm following a Shaykh is to follow Allah's order. To be with the Salihin, to follow that one who, as you know, they are rightly guided to know, to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my Shaykh is in the Hanafi mazhab. So in following my Shaykh, I changed that mazhab. I'm not making a big deal about it. I'm not saying now I'm in a better one, there was a worse one, or nothing to do with that. No, it just comes with a territory, that mazhab, as if it has been chosen for me. I'm not choosing it. When the reasons are good, then it's okay. But if you're just doing it to say, for example, in the Shafi'i mazhab, even the husband and the wife, when they have wudu, husband and wife, they cannot touch each other. If the skin touches, then the wudu breaks. In the Shafi'i mazhab, for example, if you're fasting and you cannot even swallow your own spit, it's considered as if a fasting is broken. Of course, there are rulings in Islam, and this all taken from the Prophet ﷺ, but the Prophet ﷺ also did other things. And Imam Abu Hanifa also is of the opinion, the high opinion, the knowledge also, to say that this Prophet ﷺ also did these other things. And in the Hanafi mazhab, the husband and the wife, for example, they're in wudu, and if their skin touched, their wudu is not broken. And there are other rulings also. Now, that's not the reason why I joined Hanafi mazhab. I'm there because of my Shaykh. If my Shaykh happens to be in the Maliki mazhab, which is very difficult, I would be there too. But to just choose it, just to make rukhsa, just to say, for example, nowadays it's become very popular. Everywhere they're doing it. Oh, I like this woman, I want to marry her. Hanafi mazhab, you cannot just do that like that. So they say, oh, now I suddenly become Jafari. Now I can do, what is it called? Temporary nikah? Muta. I can do muta now. Temporary, we write contract, let's get married for 1 month. Some they're saying for 1 hour, some they're saying half hour, it's okay. No, you cannot do that. And there are people belonging to mazhabs, Ahl Sunnah, that for their own ego, they just say, I want to do that. So for that, it's not necessary, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.